Alright, hey there everybody, looks like this is working. I just jumped into the game and I just got hit by a trillion of these things. I'm just gonna click this away. I don't know what changed exactly because I didn't have these before. I don't actually care that much, but let's get through that. Oh god, okay. Okay, whatever that was. Anyway, still? It's probably this. Okay. Right. So, we got through whatever that was. Anyway, today we're going to be working on some other builds compared to last time. Last time we were doing our auto-aim builds, and there were some things that were working, some things that weren't. But apparently other people are saying it's broken, so whatever the hell I was doing might not matter because they might have to change up what that actually does. In the meantime, though, today we're going to be working on some other stuff, and I'm not too sure which of the things I really want to be working on today. I think we're going to start off with our melee builds, though, but this feels pretty set in stone, honestly. We could actually replace some of the stuff from Flensing Protocols down here and replace that with stuff that's up here in the redline capacitors, but I don't really often feel the need to spam out 5 Cord Claws. That does help against some boss types and stuff like that, but that seems relatively fine. The thing we're going to be swapping around with today, though, is going to be our melee weapons. I already know the one that I like, but we could try doing this with something like, say, the combat knife or the devil's claw or the chainsword or something like that. We'll try those, but realistically speaking, none of those really matter since the ability is kind of weapon agnostic. The thing that the ability works off of is really just the cord claw itself. So the fact that I've got like this weapon doing all these things doesn't really make a difference for it. So we'll just play some matches with what I've got here, and then we'll sort of see how it goes from there. But ideally speaking, could try out some other stuff here. I'm going to play this on Damnation. This is my first round of the day, though, so we're probably going to get rolled, but that's kind of how it goes. You're starting off and you don't really have it in you yet. Keep your heads, ha ha ha. Stupid pun. Anyway, not sure if it was actually, because that line predates the Skitarii having a bunch of heads around them. Alright, my laptop is doing some stuff here. It looks like the thing's frozen, but that's relatively fine. Oh, okay. Supposedly some of the stuff that Skitarii has been, like, fixed, but I guess I could also try swapping out the ranged weapon, but I think the phosphor pistol is the best idea for this, because, like, you can use the phosphor pistol to get, like, debuffs down on enemies. So that phosphor effect that you're seeing on all these enemies here, like, that's debuffing all these different enemies, making it so that, like, we can kill them off more easily anyway. And it's an AoE, so I don't have to, like, hit all of them with it anyhow. So it's a great support for a more melee-centric build. Starting off brilliantly, this one. And of course, it does do actually really good damage on its own. Right, well... So we just spread around some phosphor, and then we just, like, wade into the all with melee, and I think that that's, like, a really sort of sensible combo with that. Oop. Thought I dodged that. This is a fairly strong revolver, but, it lacks some of the modifiers that, like, the regular one does that make it a better, like, precision kill weapon, but it's a lot more versatile than standard revolver. What the hell's going on down there? I have a bad angle on that. Getting a lot of utility on my servo skull here. God. Where is this guy? I didn't even figure out where that guy was. Okay. Just because of how much fire there's been, there hasn't been really actually that much impetus for me running into melee. Okay. Didn't catch me Monday. Ace Attorney went well. Yeah, I think that they've decided, like, they really like a certain route that they started doing on the later games, and they've really stuck with it. Which, is not something I prefer as much. But basically, like, you play the entire thing as one, like, continuous story instead of, like, a bunch of disparate cases. Like, they try to tie everything together in a way. And I think that's fun, but it's not my preference. I do prefer it when they have, like, cases be individual cases. was pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I managed to complete the whole thing in the one go, so, like, that's really the important part about it. And I had fun doing it. But yeah, the one problem I have with it is, like, you only play all of your 4 cases basically against the same guy. So you only, like, encounter really, like, one lawyer. One prosecutor, which, you know, you don't get that diversity where it's like you would have 5 different attorneys that you go up against in the other ones. There's so much gas. I'm about to die here. Oh, that's where it was. Nope, just dead. Plus character variety. Yeah, it does give you that sort of, like, more exploration of, like, one character more deeply sort of thing, but, like, I actually don't know if I think that's a better thing. What the heck? Eh, whatever. If that other person had stuck around for that, it would have forced our respawns to be where that other guy was. So them dropping was actually a really bad thing.
You know, I've been playing this game for about 4,000 hours.
Alright. One of the things that was going on there, I don't know why it was happening the way it was, but for some reason my core claw wouldn't activate. And this is something that's happened a couple times. I can't get to, like, activate during certain moments, and it's got the big sweep, so it's actually good in those sort of high pressure situations. It basically, like, gets rid of all the nearby enemies. Which, kind of what I wanted to have happen there. The other thing that was a bit awkward, I tried to pop out the grenade at that situation, but it didn't work. That one I think might have actually just been me, though. I might have not been aiming at the right spot for that. Well, I think the thing that people have, the reason they've sort of done things the way they have been, and the way that reason people like it the way they like it, is because it provides a more cohesive, like, story. So if you like playing the games and you like having, like, one big story, it makes more sense from that perspective. Because otherwise you're not getting, like, a story. You're getting just a bunch of cases. Ow. I thought I got the sniper, and I did actually get a sniper, but apparently there's two more. I love that that guy didn't even try to get me back up here. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing. They were, like, right beside me. Kind of an episodicator. I think when you're doing court cases, it makes more sense for it to be episodic, because it's kind of weird when all of the court cases are about this one big grand conspiracy. Like, it's fine, but it's weird, right? And I think that that's sort of the thinking that a lot of people have, though, is like they prefer it to not be episodic. They want it to be like one story. Someone's shooting it. Oh my god. Damn it. I did get 3 of the crushers, but why did someone activate the demon host? Also, how did they end up with 4 more crushers there? Weird. Alright. The types of elites that we're getting is actually stuff that they supposedly patched out, so I think we might be on a modifier here. Because,
Straight to the Medicare.
you are supposed to have less of those crusher swarms, like that was 8 crushers. We might be on shock, which means that that can happen, which basically is going to explain the misery that we're in here.
Yeah, confirm one and pick that.
I'm actually kind of wondering. I didn't check how many games are in the Apollo Justice pack, because it came in like a similar sort of pack as the Phoenix Wright one. I think it's a trilogy again, so we'll see how that goes. What I am hoping is it's not the same sort of thing, but made even more writ large. Like, I hope that it's... I hope that it's gonna be, like, at least 3 individual stories, not, like, one massive story across the trilogy where, like, everything has to come back to the same sort of thing there. What the hell? Back. Oh god. Yeah, these are just coming out at me like from wherever the hell. There are so many bombers this mission. I'm gonna start with Ghost Trick. Yeah, I've heard of that series. I've got a friend who played that one and really liked it, but I have no real knowledge of it. Yeah, this is one of those classes where either things are going great or things go terribly, and it's another bomber, damn it. I really want to hunt down that bomber. Man, first game of the day is, like, really kicking my ass. I've always said it usually does, but, like, oh god damn it. Sometimes I think it's not just me playing poorly, it's also sometimes the game decides to try and dumpster me on my first run of the day. Keep me good and humble for the rest of it. Heard it was very good. I haven't actually heard anything about the other games. I thought there was just one. Maybe there were a bunch of them, I don't know. I think that guy's got an ability that needs to have charges consistent from, like, killed stacks. Usually in this sort of scenario, I don't actually aim down the same hallway that other people are already in, so like I don't really bother with that. Okay, I don't know what was wrong with my push block there, but it did not work properly. Just one as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, is there's just one, but... Alright. I do better when I remember that part of this kit is the servo skull and I activate it properly. Well,
What? It just glitched me through the rail.
alright. Two games before I get to it. Have you gotten to Signalis yet? I remember you were saying that you were going to play that one, but like... Or are you going to wait till Halloween for that one? Alright, so... This is a build that I've used quite a bit, and I actually do know I like it, but... Maybe I'll try tweaking it a little bit. I think I might have to try and get a little bit better stamina regen into this. But I have got 3 of the stamina regen nodes. I just don't have some more advanced ones. I'm kind of wondering like which ones I would try to get, though. I don't want residual current buffer. That doesn't make sense for what we're doing here. Hits grant 2.5 toughness damage reduction for 5 seconds. I don't actually know if that is my attacks. I think that's enemy attacks, actually. This one's great if your toughness is actually getting broken there, which we don't want to have happen very often. Yeah, I think we might have to be just sort of okay with what we got here. Saving Resident Evil 9. You're starting, you started Signalis? Oh yeah, that one's a really good game. I like the way that they've got the puzzles done, because they basically made the puzzles feel pretty explicitly like you're really smart, even though like I don't think you actually have to be that smart to get through their puzzles. Like they're pretty simplistic actually at the end of the day. But they make you feel like you're really smart, and that's the important part. That's what really matters, is that they stoke your ego, I guess. Okay, so this one's actually one of the better damage reduction nodes on a passive level if I'm getting like pushed out of coherency. But I think that's way too far off course for me to be able to take it with this build, because I would have to like reassign like every bloody thing. I might have been better off with a Purgator at certain points of that, so that's actually something I could look to try to get, but it's probably fine. I think I have to use Slaughter Protocol more intelligently. It's very atmospheric so far. Yeah, yeah. Signalis has got a very sort of like cool ambience to it. That's and the aesthetic, like with the screen style and stuff like that. the more I got into that game, the less I was certain of one thing, and that's like they play a lot with like the lack of sort of objective reality, and it makes it sort of difficult to tell just on like what level of like subjective reality you're on. Because like obviously nothing in it is actually real; it's a fictional story. But like beyond that layer, like what in the game is actually happening is like a really kind of wonky thing. Makes it hard for me to like really figure out what's going on in the story. I'd consider actually going through that on my own time to try and get through a playthrough to get the other ending, because I only got the one ending. But I kind of feel like that's my ending. I don't know.
Rannick claimed these were his best operatives. I must say, they don't look it. Their records are impressive, Excellency.
Your opinion was not courted, novitiate, nor your presence warranted.
I go where interrogator Rannick sends me.
So that's sorted. Good, because I've got a mission to run.
Alright. Once you get further in, you won't really know that question fully until like you get real deep into it, I think. But yeah, the way that plays with like time and space and like memory and stuff like that, because it does mess with those quite a bit. It gaslights the player quite a bit. Does make it so that like you'll sort of see what I'm talking about pretty early, but you won't fully get hit by that until pretty late.
Fascinating. How societal rescues reshape their dwellings to reflect their inner nature. The Emperor loves them still, even if others do not.
Okay, we lost a player like right away on that one, and that actually hurts us quite a bit.
I would have thought you'd be more cheerful. This is the kind of slaughter you were trained for.
I drilled to stand the line and advance with banners bright over it. This is gutter fight.
It's all gutter fighting. There's no honor or glory down in war, just blood.
I can hear a fox walker or fox bomber coming in.
The inhabitants were forgotten. Little wonder they grew desperate.
Alright, well, good enough. I didn't play that quite well, but... Pork-Law worked well again there. There's a bit of, like, overcompensation on the sway of this gun that makes it a little bit weird. This place is gonna suck slightly with this build, because there's this, like, a gigantic-ass hallway with, like, a million guys with guns, usually. My servo skull, as far as I can tell, gets blocked by this stuff. Okay, well that sucked, but whatever. Alright. Yeah, I'm getting actually some, like, lag here. There's actually some weird delay going on that's actually impacting me, because I can see myself teleporting back and forth a little bit, which is not ideal. That actually reminds me, one of the things that I did decide is that I'm going to be playing a horror game next, like my actual, like, playthrough. And that's because I'm, like, falling behind on my horror game playthroughs pretty badly, so playing one of those, like, just outside of Halloween so I can catch up a little bit is probably, like, okay. Probably a good idea at this point in time. That person is so far away. Wow, it's not aim right now. I was like aiming at their gun for some reason. God damn it. Almost got through there. Well, they're all dead, so, you know. That helps. What the hell's this person been doing with this energy crate this entire time? Like, it's way too late to use that thing. Like, we could go all the way back down there and use that, but... Managed to get him with the dot on that, which is tiny, so it's kind of impressive that that actually got him, but... Oh, there's another scan. Thought we were done here. Alright. Which horror games are mystery? Well, mystery is also there for me a little bit. I'm just going to go through my list of ones that are on my backlog and then figure out which one I want to do.
This is good advice, surprisingly so.
Join up with one another. Form a group.
Like, I've got 3 that were sort of in the docket, and I'm not sure which of them I wanted to really play, and I'm going to look through them and see which one I decide on. I'll take this one.
There speaks the voice of faint-hearted inexperience.
Why'd they drop that there? Alright, whatever. The sound for this is intense. Alright. Well, whatever the hell that was, I managed to clear through it pretty quickly. Locked in for the pretty next while. I don't usually try to like schedule it too much, so I just have like whatever I've sort of got like right in front of me, and then I sort of like just sort of play that, yeah. And then after I finish it, I decide what I'm gonna do next. I don't really have like a playlist. I also have like a ridiculously small like Steam library compared to a lot of other people. Hackmaster shit. Oh, for the love. Okay. That corner where, like, I can see the bullets streaming in through the doors looking particularly uninviting right now. All right. Okay, well, we got through that okay. Jesus. There's so many dogs. Dang it. Alright, fair enough. It might have looked like I should have gotten that because I have less health than him, but he's got purple health and I don't, so, like, purple health means that you get priority on those. So I can heal with a med pack. Whereas he can't, so... My, veteran instincts were kicking on that one. Alright. Alright, well...
I cannot believe my eyes. Wickedness made manifest.
I really wish I had the, flamethrower here.
Deploy your biotic probes. Let the blessed unguent of shriving flow.
That's better. Over and return.
Yeah, I love the ability to take out those kind of guys with the servo skull. Where'd that bomb come from? I think he's behind a wall. Cannot get beat on that sniper at all. I should be able to get them because, like, you can see that they're... Like, if I can see the sniper dot, I should be able to actually get them. Okay. I'm a lot more in the zone for this part here. I don't know if we ever ended up getting that damn sniper. I have no idea what was going on with that one. I love how what we're literally doing in this mission is going into a place and, like, using our, like, equipment to hack a tree with, like, not with axes, but with, like, you know, computers. I think our guy just disconnected for a little bit. He's back. Same guy. Heading out? Yep, thank you. Unfortunate. Yeah, the added brittleness on that really helps there. I like how even while I'm netted, I'm getting kills there. All right. Well, that went a lot better than the previous one. Still did not do my best, but feel a lot happier with the results there. I am finding I'm having to rely on my gun a little bit more than I would like to with this build, but at the same time, I'm not actually really struggling with ammunition. So we're getting, like, in a good spot as far as that goes. Like, if I was running out of ammo all the time where I was, like, forced to, like, pick up a ton of ammunition crates, that would be kind of an issue, but instead I'm doing, like, kind of fine as far as that goes. I'm going to switch this out, though. I'm going to try out... I'm probably going to try getting rid of Showstopper, I think, for now. I like it, but it's only funny. It's not actually good, and I kind of knew that. I do like it, though. But let's try this with some other weird weapons here. So the Devil's Claw sword is a sword that I'm not really particularly good with. Gonna go quickly upgrade this up here. But it should theoretically be similar in performance. It's just that it won't be able to take out the heavies, but I'll be more forced to use my Cord Claw to get rid of those. This one has got poor cleave targets, though. That's kind of fine. That should be okay. I'm not sure which type this is, as far as that goes, though. We're not going to do anything about Carapace or anything like that. I'm going to go with Maniacs here. No, let's go with Flak. And we'll go with Unyielding. If it's actually unarmored, I think we're fine. Like, I don't care. Carapace we can't really hurt with this. But, like, we can use this to kill bosses pretty easily. Should be able to, anyway. And then here, I don't really remember the effects of this very well. I think this is the counter sword. This has a lot of stagger type effects there. I think we take this.
Interesting.
And I think we pair that with Devastating Strike, maybe? This one actually is way more cleave, though. I think we take Wrath. Alright, so I'm not usually the sort of person who takes cleave on weapons. I don't really value it that highly, even though I should, because it's a good stat. But typically I actually downplay its effects. Alright, so I really have to be on top of my game for Cord Claw here. Because this thing does not do damage against, like, tougher units. But I could also be a little bit better off fighting against things like Ragers, because I can actually rely on parry, but I'm terrible at parry. I'm really bad at it. So it's because I never used this weapon. I know you can also, like, get really good people playing this with this weapon, like perfect parrying, like like a million crushers. And because the like damage on parry is so high that a lot of those people are actually like really, really good at getting rid of crushers with this weapon, even though it says terrible, terrible stats against them. So you just do this and that'll like parry whatever it is you were dealing with there. Going straight from the twin blades, however, into this, one thing I'm noticing right away is that this actually has way, way faster swing speed. So close that. A thing that I never actually do, but what you are supposed to do is like close the door behind you on the way through. Can't even tell what's going on here anymore. Alright. Alright. Well... You know, this thing actually really complements the weakness of the Devil's Claw, because, like, the Devil's Claw runs into that problem of having low penetration, and the Phosphor's, like, brittleness does seem to actually make a difference in the instances where I've actually got it. Like, I can tell the difference between doing this and, like, when I've got that, effect on there. God damn it. Damn it. Where was that guy? Heavy resistance seems to be pretty right here. What is our Ogren doing? We also call the Ogren Precursor, which I don't know is accurate, because I don't actually know if there are Mechanicus Ogren. I need to figure out the swing pattern for this thing. Yeah, the cleave on the Cord Claw is actually really good, so if I ever find myself in that sort of, like, bad situation, it works really, really well. Yeah, we should have gotten that timed a little bit better. Running out of time. Have we got it? Yep, we made it. Okay, I kind of carried that one, actually. Yeah, that one went really, really well. I actually think that the Devil's Claw might actually be better with the Cord Claws than the Twin Blades, because like the specific swing speed is so much higher that it sort of helps like deal with sort of those chaff situations. I think that like it's hitting a wider area too at the end of the day, just because of that cleave bonus that I put on it. Because all I have to do to get 5 stack, like 200% is like. Is that actually how that works? I think that I'm reading that blessing wrong, but. The cleave on that seems super high. And I was with like kind of low levels there. Like I carried that one. Let me actually check the other. The other one should just be a different swing pattern. I'm gonna check the other mark though. I didn't use a single parry. I don't know how to use that thing at all. It doesn't work in those situations either though, where you're just getting like rushed down by a million different things. It's like for when you're dueling something. Which just doesn't really happen in this game enough for me to really like that. Oh shit, there's 3 marks. What is the difference here? They're all the same damage. It's just going to be like different swing patterns. And they all have parry as well, so like it really is just going to be different. Well, this one's got a different heavy attack. Let's try this one maybe. And unlike the smart thing, which is, you know, trying this out and then heading into missions, we're just going to head straight into a damnation mission, which is, you know, should be fine. The other thing that I think might work well for this could be something. I don't think you use like a chain sword. I think that that has too much like overlap. Because the thing that you use a chainsword for is, like, it's not great unless you've got revved, in which case it, like, can instantly kill something tough, and it's kind of okay as a, like, spammy, swingy thing with a big arc on its heavy, which is pretty good. But it's not actually super good as a, like, uncharged weapon, and anytime you would use the charged attack with the chainsword, I would want to use Cord Claw, so I think that I skipped that one. But I would like to see what Combat Knife Skitarii looks like. I don't think there's any good reason to use Combat Knife, though, with the Skitarii. They just don't have as many stacking bonuses for that as, like, a Veteran or a Zealot, because there's really good knife builds for a Veteran and Zealot, and that really high mobility can help them out quite a bit, but I don't think that that exists for the Skitarii. But we'll maybe try that out, I don't know. Okay, so all of these are actually pretty wide arcs. Yeah, and that one's a nice, powerful strike down. I think this might actually be the better pattern as far as that goes, because the other one had some, like, woven in attacks where it's like some straight down on the light spam. So this one, like, you only have, like, the one strike down, but realistically speaking, I shouldn't really need to use that very often. I think that heavy is useful for getting across those guys' shields, too. Flamer had just come in and ruin our party. Probably toasted like half his own friends there. Yeah, I think this one swings a little bit slower, but, like, the arcs are better. Oh, shit. I was kind of worried we wouldn't be able to get that person back. Missed that one. I think he was already dead, though, is the reason. I'm noticing like I have a harder time even with flak bonus to crack through these guys' flak armor. I don't know, I still actually think this is probably one of the best... This is probably one of the best build uses for the Devil's Claw. I think this is actually really good. Yeah. Can't aim with beams right now. What the? What the hell? I can't tell which of this fire is friendly, and if I think this is some friendly and I think this is some unfriendly. Ah, shit. I'm gonna try and stick with the team here. I'm not gonna try and get too far ahead or anything like that. Well, I am kind of wondering what's going on here. Where is everybody? Alright. Oh, this guy's also got Cord Claw, I think. God damn it. Oh. Alright, where's this demon host? There it is. Okay, well, that answers that question. Damn it. Where is this guy? They might be playing a wounds-based build, which I don't think they're good enough to pull it off, but whatever. Like I said, I don't think they're actually good enough to pull a build off. Yeah, that slightly sucked because I barely got tapped and I immediately lost like a quarter of my health, but... I should have actually tried to use the parry there. Fortunately, I have got like a health stim, so like, I'm gonna take that actually. Taking that as well. Alright, good enough. Cool. Great. Love that people won't get in the goddamn elevator. Okay, that feels really excessive to be able to do that. Oh shit, that's a demon host. I'm glad that damage over time doesn't impact the demon host. Like, that would have been really shit. Alright, well. Okay, well, how did... What's down here? How the hell? I think our zealot is just not particularly good. It's probably why he's got like 1,000,000 wounds. It is actually like fine to have some extra wounds, but like you shouldn't have that many. There's not really a good reason to have that many unless you really know what you're doing with the zealot. Because like they can get those bonuses for being low on wounds, but you don't want to take purple health on that. And he shouldn't be getting knocked down this often either. Thought for sure that was going to kill it, but...
I do not require rewards. I have my purpose. Ammunition.
It's going to stay down here, actually. You can actually wait till there's a bunch of enemies sort of like already in here. And you can sort of like kill them through the grating while it's closing. I'm supposed to be playing this aggressive. I need to get in there. Like proper carrying Rust Stalker. Or I guess in this case a Catachan Rust Stalker, but you know. gonna have to move. The difference in performance between me and the rest of my team in this one's actually kind of upsetting. This is where things fall apart a bit because I'm out of toughness. I'll be okay. I will not be okay. Ah! Where is this guy?
Let the extraction team know you're there, and it couldn't hurt to deal with the reinforcements.
Even though I'm downed, I can still take out all these guys here. It's really funny. This isn't the health stuff. What am I doing?
Hold up in the amphitheater.
Love that he's basically just saying it's like, none of you idiots can count. Oh god. I'm trying to avoid all these gunners because, like, I actually am a bad build for dealing with gunners. Like, that's a thing that I know that this build struggles with. And this, like, huge open amphitheater is really bad for me. It actually makes it really, really tough for me to actually stay alive. Yeah, I need to practice that parry. I was trying to do a couple parries there. Did not work for me. Oh, shit. Where's the sniper? How'd I get the pox hound? I guess, like, I wonder if there's actually some penetration on the shots from the servo skull, because, like, it was capable of penetrating through the flamer, the tox flamer, then that would explain how that happened. Unless, like, I killed the pox flamer in, like, 2 shots and I had 3, but I don't think I should have been able to kill the pox hound with just 1 shot afterwards. Or was it 4 shots or 5 shots in a burst? I actually don't know. Well, I'm glad it did kill it, but I'm wondering, like, what the specifics of how it killed it were. Okay, that kind of sucked, and it was mostly our, ironically enough, our zealot that was getting killed, but... Alright. I wonder why I still get rewarded with mission experience, because, like, I can't get anything with it. Like, it kind of might as well just not even show me a window. I guess as reference for how much you're supposed to get or something like that, but I don't think those are even the right numbers for how much experience I would get if I was still getting experience. Alright. So this one, I don't actually think that I hugely prefer it. The swing speed is slower. The heavy attack is actually quite good, though. Like, just running in with that overhead feels very samurai-like, which is very silly. But the Katachan Devil's Claw Sword, I think, is actually a good pick with this particular class. I think that I'm going to try a different weapon instead of continuing on with that right now, though. And I'm wondering if I should try out the combat blade here, or if there's something else I should try. What other weapons do I even have access to? Okay, so I know about the Arc Maul, I know about the Devil's Claw Sword. I really do know the combat blade already. I don't think I really have to try that. I've already got a pretty good idea how that's going to work with this. I do actually know how the Falchion works. The Chainsword I don't think works with this. The regular Shock Maul might actually be good, but I like the Arc Maul for this class. Although that's a more defensive option. I think the Arc Maul is actually more defense orientated, whereas the Shock Maul might be a little bit more offense. Yeah, they have a fairly limited melee weapon loadout comparatively, so it's a little bit harder to figure out what's going on with that, but that's relatively fine. Screw it. Let's try the combat blade. Alright. Let's see if I've got one that's got relatively decent stats that drop for me, because it's going to be based on just, like, random drop here. Alright, so typically speaking, you want, like, damage, finesse, first target, and then penetration. If you get all of those together, you've got a combat knife that can, like, stab someone in the brain and it'll, like, instantly kill them. Kind of thing there, but looks like we're always missing out. Well, the problem with that is then you're losing out on mobility, and you do also want mobility. Like, the combat knife is a weapon that you kind of want everything on, funny enough. So this one's probably our best one for what I'm looking for here. I actually prefer the other mark, though, typically speaking. Although this one might be the one that we want, because that heavy attack side-to-side sweep there, but it's not actually, like, super good to horde clear it that way. It's usually better to just, like, swing rapidly with lights with the combat blade. Alright, so we're using this one. I'm just going to empower this at full. This will bring our light attack damage probably up to, like, 56 or something. Yeah. So that's what it's saying, but that's not necessarily, like, what we're actually getting out of this thing, so hopefully we'll have more than that, but again, I think we take flak here.
The work is complete.
And I think we again take actually no, let's go with I wish I could take swing speed, like that would be the best sort of thing here. I actually kind of wish I could split, like, unarmored and infested were the same thing. That would actually be quite nice. Yeah, like, Groner's Poxwalkers is what I kind of wish that I could get plus 25% on with this, but that's not really what we want to have here. So, I think what we're going to probably try to do here is take, like, melee weak spot damage. So you can stack that on top of the flak damage and then also use that against, like, the other stuff that we're getting. I don't know if this is right, though. This is just the kind of thing I would think of if I was playing as, like, the veteran normally. 8 bleed on criticals. We're not really going for a critical build this time. Rending on backstab would actually be probably really smart here. Bleed on... I'm going to take that.
A new marvel is awoken.
I don't feel like Haymaker actually really is a good idea here. Now, Mercy Killer is really, really strong, but I'm not actually, like, the best player at use. Well, actually, I am okay at it, but I'm not the best at it. I think that we take Uncanny Strike here. Although, we're going for actually non-weak spot hits. I should actually get rid of Lacerate is what I should do. 8 bleed on crits and then Mercy Killer. Or Uncanny Strike. I'm gonna take that.
Our prayers have been answered.
And I think for additional weak spot hit, we go for Executor. Alright, I don't know if this is actually like a good build for this, because this is actually turning me into like a one-on-one duelist, which I don't actually think is a smart choice for what I'm doing here. So like I'm going into this with like a thing that I think actually in retrospect is a bad choice for this, but I also don't think that like Skitarii is really a combat blade type of class. But I didn't necessarily think that the Catachan combat sword would be good for it, and it was amazing actually. So who knows? This could actually be really good. Yeah, all the other Skitarii trying out the actual, like, real Skitarii weapons here. And then there's me with a knife. What's interesting is it seems like all the Skitarii players, similar to me, like, chose to play a maximum size Skitarii for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Well, one of the things about like height in this game is that if you're taller, it's actually a little bit easier to use guns, because you can see over your allies a little bit more easily. You can see over like the shorter groaners, making it so that you can like land headshots against distant targets over their heads a little bit more easily. You don't have to have as much cleave or have a weapon that can bypass a lot of enemies that way. You can just shoot over their heads and hit the enemy target if you're really tall. You can actually also shoot over like a bulwark shields if you're max height, just barely. But realistically speaking, like, it's usually a disadvantage if you're a melee character inversely.
Let us see what ruin the corrupted ones have wrought.
Oops, shit. Oh, shit. Where the hell did they come? Okay, that's actually just weird. I didn't use my Cord Claw, but I thought I actually had distance on that. Yeah, that's actually pretty good for getting over the shields as well. There's another gunner somewhere, and it seems to have gone missing. Yeah, that guy should not have taken... Oh, thanks. Come on, let me... That was me. I landed on top of that. Yeah, I got just knocked into that. He'll go away now, though. This is one of the ones where I feel like the problem I'm having is, like, I'm going down the normal path and, like, I'm trying to just go through this normally. And the rest of my team is trying to go collect treasures, but I'm not actually sure how they're doing it, but they're not going down the normal path. Like, they're running off of weird directions. Which can be fine, but, like, that does mean I'm constantly getting screwed by being, like, the only target for all the stuff that's, like, around there.
Too many carpet corridors, if you ask me. It's Ambush City.
Also, like, I can't deal with a lot of situations with this because, like, again, like, I don't think that this is a very good build.
This could be going better, but it could be going worse.
Alright, how far away am I? Yeah, I think I'm past the healing point. I could just drop out of this match because it's going to take like a long time before they actually get back to me. Oh wait, am I here? Nope. This is going to be a wipe. No, that grenade's going to keep everyone alive, I think. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, this is sort of like what I noticed happened like previously. Like I try to push forward a little bit, and then my entire team's gone. Shot that one right in the butt.
The corrupted ones have despoiled this place. May their toils be blighted. Indeed they do. It's the only thing such blighted creatures can bring joy to anyone. A true strong.
Okay. Just gonna go for the objective. There's not really much point in me. I forgot, I don't have any grenades.
Rise and listen.
Yeah, I can't afford to stay in that too long. Like, I understand why the gas exists, but it really does make it kind of a miserable experience when there's a lot of it. Okay, that's actually really funny.
Ammunition crate.
There should be a full Medicaid just ahead.
Nothing alive, Division 1. That ammunition would have been better shared.
Something slightly off with that, but yeah, this thing's actually really good for getting over the shields. It might actually be the best weapon for getting over top of shields. A lot of people sort of complain about these things because, like, they're not particularly good. Like, trying to kill those, the shields are actually really hard to get rid of if you, are trying to, like, break the shield and then kill the guy behind it. Like, there's a ton of reasons why that doesn't really work. But if you can get over top of their shields and then kill them that way, it actually works out really, really well. And you can either, like, choose to headshot them from past their, like, weapon, or you can try to, like, use a weapon that goes over top of them. You know, there's a lot of these instances where I'm pretty sure that I'm switching weapons and it just does not actually complete the animation. Now, the attack speed of the knife is obviously super, super fast, but, like, each of those individual hits is, like, relatively meh. Who died? I heard the sound of someone dying, but apparently everyone's still here, so... I don't know, I feel like something weird was happening there. God damn it.
Interrogation approaching completion.
Like, this is why that guy's constantly asking for ammo. Like, he shouldn't be using this kind of weapon against these kind of guys here. In this kind of situation. Like, there's... really no reason for him to be going after, like, poxwalkers with his gun. And then leaving, like, the bombers alive. If you are going to fire your gun into, like, a group of poxwalkers or, like, groaners, the best way is to actually just, like, do short control bursts. That's when it really matters to be doing that. That bomber should be heading towards us here. Found him. Took me a while.
If it hurts, suppress the sensation.
Leave me alone, will you?
Alright. I don't know, this feels like it's okay, but that's just because I like the knife and I know how to use it sort of pretty well. Also, the punch is very silly with this class, actually. That looks very funny, actually.
Everything is a specimen of something. Agreed.
Mission ain't over yet.
A redundant question. I shall continue to function long after you have biodegraded. Which is a key contributor to your inefficiency.
I really wish I had a grenade here. Oops, shit. I didn't actually intend to pick that up. Damn it. That was my fault. Somebody else had already tickled it, but I'm the one who finished it off. Oh, shit. I think that's actually all of us. Yeah, we're all down. Got hit by too many bombers and all that all at once. The gunners actually is what keeps getting me. I can't deal with them with this build. I probably actually should have gone into the pit. and just spammed out like 3 Cord Claws, because that would have probably cleared enough. It also regenerates like 20% of my toughness every time I activate it for... Actually, do I have that with this build? I might not. But even then, like, the melee kills should actually regenerate like a good amount of my toughness on that. I don't feel like I'm doing great on this knife, though. It doesn't seem like it's as bad as I thought it would be, but like it doesn't run quite as well. Like I'm not getting as much benefit as I would like out of it compared to taking some of the other types of weapons. I don't know. I definitely feel like it's fine, but I'm not loving it. Even though it is one of my favorite sort of weapons in general. I'm just gonna chuck all these in here. Yeah, we got barely any. I haven't been actually doing the event there. Alright. Is there actually something I can do to get a little bit better toughness against ranged units? Because that's kind of what we're lacking here. Like, obviously the refraction emitter would be really, really good for that, but it does not help me out here. Yeah, I use my charges too much to actually get the residual current buffer. The Omniscion recharge litany. I think I have to hit 3 or more enemies with 1 attack all at once. So I don't think that one works for me. Yeah, this one is what we want here, the Voltaic Restoration. That's what we have. I really like the heavy melee damage. Yeah, I think this is about as good as I can really get as far as that goes. I don't know if I can actually get better ranged resistance. I suppose one of the things that I could try to do is get better of these things, but I actually have got a 16 and a 17% toughness booster. I'm gonna try this one more time with the knife. I don't honestly rate this though. I think that's actually pretty bad. The pleasant surprise for me was the effectiveness of the Catachan combat Devil's Claw combat blade, but it's kind of interesting that this class is missing out on any like heavy weapon. I was talking about this on Monday, how they don't have the giant axe, which is apparently like the Omniscient Great Axe or something, as what I think it's called, but I kind of feel like the class would really benefit from having that as just like its one heavy weapon. But those are only usually seen on Tech Priest models. But then again, Alpha Primus don't exist in the tabletop, so... Okay, this is really gonna suck. If I can get off clean Cord Claws against one of the twins, like, we'll be pretty much okay. But if I can't get that, then this is gonna really suck. Oh, we're doing this the slow way. We all got top names.
You are not in control here, Zelda. They are.
We've already got him.
Fox chatter confirmed
I mean, unironically, he would be pretty, like, thrilled to be rid of these 4 crackheads. There is a Poxburster behind us. I'm wondering where it is.
Concentration stim.
A concentration stim is actually really good with the Cord Claw build, but we're not going to worry about that right now. I like how there is actually like a little treasure chest in there. It'd be interesting if someone could hack the game and figure out if there's anything actually in it, like some sort of like Easter eggy kind of thing, but just because of angles, I'm not getting those shots against the some of them.
Put that stim.
What a feast you make. I felt that.
Yep, Cord Claw remains like the most broken thing in that situation.
I have to get the Wolfer. I have to know. Why?
Very well. Explicator Zola, I relieve you of your responsibility for this mission.
No, you can't. You can't.
Sidekick, do try to stay alive. I will arrange extraction.
Oops. We should really wait for our team to show up here because, like, we're about to fight the bosses again. Or we're just gonna fucking, you know, fight them right now. Where are they going?
Requires immediate extraction. Yes.
Like, there's no point in exploring this map because, like, there's nothing to get through exploration.
The only way out is through. I want to take this challenge. No fancy work. No prisoners. Kill anyone in your path. The twins. Their death will solve something from this error.
So them lagging behind like this is actually just, like, being rude. Because we'll get to here, and, like, there's unlimited ammo pickups. Like, you don't need to have, like, other ammo pickups. It's basically impossible to not get your ammo refilled. This is where all the treasure is as well, like, all plasteel and everything. I can't even heal with that. Can't even take one of these. Alright, so I don't think this is gonna go great. Usually you have to have, like, a team that's, like, fairly on the ball, and if you got people who are just, like, lagging behind, they just die in the gas, because, like, there's a period where you have to move across the map. And if they're not doing that, like, then they just die, and that can cause everything to fall apart if the rest of the team's trying to actually help them, which you shouldn't do. If you can get the timing right, so you get both of them with, like, a cord claw at the exact same time, or a rocket launcher at the exact same time, like, either of those can, like, deal enough damage to, like, send them into phase 2. And even potentially, like, on the lower difficulties, I actually saw it skip phase 2. Because you did so much damage with that. Alright, next phase should be, like, the last one regardless, I think. Like, they don't actually make you do this an unlimited number of times based on, like, anything. Alright, Toro to spine. Oh god. I think this is actually the last time we have to deal with this, but... I think she's mad at me. Alright. Yeah, the thing that carried me through this was more or less the cord claw. The actual, like...
I'm very impressed by your ability. I am certain we will speak again soon.
The actual knife wasn't really important there. I got through that because, like, the cord claw was really good. I got through that because the phosphor pistol is actually pretty okay there. Like, it reducing the hit points and brittleness of the boss helps kill them really, really quickly. And like the servo skull as well, like really, really strong there. I don't think that the combat blade had a ton to do with my performance there. All right. Well, I think that the combat knife has its place, but I don't think it's really something that fits necessarily with anything that you would need with the cord claw. Technically speaking, I think that it overlaps a little bit since a lot of situations that you use the cord claw, the combat blade's actually pretty good into it if you know what you're doing. But the cord claw is way, way stronger into those situations that you would use the combat blade. Yeah, I think that's pretty much those. I want to check what was the secondary here. This one's the stun. This one's actually really, really strong. You get the lightning reflexes, so you get like a ton of value out of perfect blocks. Does this do anything for me that the arc maul doesn't really? I think they're functionally similar as far as this build goes. Because, like, if you get a really... Yeah, this actually has negative synergy compared to the Arc Maul. Because the Arc Maul has, like, a good AoE sort of, like, little bit of a burst where it can sort of stagger a bunch of enemies that are sort of near you. With the enhanced voltaic arcs and stuff like that. And that's really, really, really good. But the Shock Maul special is you sort of, like, jam it forward and it, like, negates one enemy. Which is super, super powerful into Carapace. But the problem with this effect is that if you're using this, it's a situation where you would absolutely use the Cord Claw instead, so it's not really that important to be able to do this, as far as I can think of. The Lightning Reflexes, though, I don't think that's available on the Arc Maul. Let me just check. Because Lightning Reflexes is actually super good. I think I tried it without because I like trying out the new stuff that's on there, but I'm pretty sure it didn't actually have that.
It should be cared for as such.
If it does, though, like that could be a valid thing to do instead. Oh yeah, no, it does have lightning reflexes. I forget why I didn't decide to go for that. I think I want to try out the Voltgeist overload, which is probably activating actually a decent amount. And I think that like it works okay, but like usually this isn't really that important, being able to trigger this. So I think we get rid of it. And we replace that with the lightning reflexes. I think that that's just a stronger blessing. The other stuff that we could do on here like is probably pretty good, but I actually think that as fun as this was to try out, I didn't see it actually being effective. One of the things, I don't have the hit point mod, so I can't really tell what the hit points of my enemies are, really. And as a result of that, I don't actually know what this was doing. Maybe it was actually really good, but I can't really tell based on what I'm doing there. So that's possibly why I couldn't say that it was actually really, really good. It's also like just pure chaos on screen like 90% of the time, so like if my allies are popping something with one of their abilities from like a distance and like someone explodes randomly, like I don't automatically assume it's because the Voltgeist charge went off, even though that probably there are instances where it was. So it's probably actually a lot stronger than I'm giving it credit for, but it's probably something that's basically invisible as far as that goes. But anyway, I'm gonna give myself a bit of a break here though. I streamed for 24 hours on Saturday, so I'm going to let myself have a bit of a treat, and I'm going to go and head ahead and call it for today. I like the melee build. I think that Skitarii works really quite well for their sort of more melee orientated build, where you take like Phosphor Pistol and Cord Claw and stuff like that. I'm going to try and find a more refined type of ranged build that doesn't rely on the auto aim, because I don't personally feel like the auto aim is the best way to go about doing this. Even though like braced autogun, running around getting like automatic headshot kills is really fun. I'm not sure I feel like that's actually good. It probably isn't, but it is very, very fun relative to other things there. But in any event, though, yeah, that's going to be it for today. I hope you found this one enjoyable. And of course, as always, hope to see